Valmiki Ramayana, Kishkindha Kanda, Book number 4, Sarga 2, Roman numerals II, 2. SUGRÍVA'S alarm. Sugriva moved by wandering awe, the high-souled sons of Raghu saw, in all their glorious arms arrayed, and grief upon his spirit weighed. To every quarter of the sky he turned in fear his anxious eye, and roving still from spot to spot, with troubled steps he rested not. He durst not, as he viewed the pair, resolve to stand and meet them there. And drooping cheer and quailing breast, the terror of the chief confessed. While the great fear his bosom shook, brief counsel with his lords he took. Each gain and danger closely scanned, what hope in flight, what power to stand. While doubt and fear his bosom rent, on Raghu's sons his eyes he bent, and with a spirit ill at ease addressed his lords in words like these. Those chiefs with wandering steps invade the shelter of our pathless shade, and hither come in fair disguise of hermit garb as Bali's spies. Each lord beheld with troubled heart those masters of the bowman's art, and left the mountain side to seek sure refuge on a loftier peak. The Vanar chief in rapid flight found shelter on a towering height, and all the band with one accord were closely gathered round their lord. Their course the same, with desperate leap each made his way from steep to steep, and speeding on in wild career, filed every height with sudden fear. Filled every height with sudden fear. Each heart was struck with mortal dread, as on their course the Vanaras sped. While trees that crowned the steep were bent, and crushed beneath them as they went, as in their eager flight they pressed for safety to each mountain crest. The wild confusion struck with fear tiger and cat and wandering deer. The lords who watched Sugriva's will were gathered on the royal hill, and all with reverent hands appraised upon their king and leader gazed. Sugriva feared some evil planned, some train prepared by Bali's hand, but skilled in words that charm and teach. Thus Hanuman began his speech. Dismiss, dismiss thine idler fear, nor dread the power of Bali here. For this is Malaya's glorious hill, where Bali's might can work no ill. I look around, but nowhere see the hated foe who made thee flee. Fell Bali, fierce in form and face, then fear not, Lord of Vanar race. Alas, in thee I clearly find the weakness of the Vanar kind, that loves from thought to range, fix no belief and welcome change. Mark well each hint and sign and scan, discreet and wise, thine every plan. How may a king, with sense denied, the subjects of his scepter guide? Hanuman, wise in hour of need, urged on the chief his prudent rede. His listening ear Sugriva bent, and spake in words more excellent. Where is the dauntless heart that free from terror's chilling touch can see two stranger warriors strong as those, equipped with swords and shafts and bows, with mighty arms and large full eyes, like glorious children of the skies? Bali, my foe, I ween, has sent these chiefs to aid his dark intent. Hence doubt and fear disturb me still, for thousands serve a monarch's will. In borrowed garb they come, and those who walk disguised are counted foes. With secret thoughts they watch their time, and wound fond hearts that fear no crime. My foe in state affairs is wise, and prudent kings have searching eyes. By others' hands they strike the foe, by meaner tools the truth they know. Now to those stranger warriors turn, and less than king their purpose learn. Mark well the trick and look of each, observe his form and note his speech. With care their mood and temper sound, and if their minds be friendly found, with courteous looks and words begin their confidence and love to win. Then as my friend and envoy speak, and question where the stranger seek, ask why, equipped with shaft and bow, through this wild maze of wood they go. If thus, O chief, as first appear, pure of all guile, in heart sincere, detect in speech and look the sin and treachery that lurk within. He spoke, the wind god's son obeyed. With ready zeal he sought the shade, and reached with hasty steps the wood, where Raghu's son and Lakshman stood. The envoy in his faithful breast pondered Sugriva's high behest. From Rishyamuka's peak he hied, and placed him by the prince's side. The wind god's son, with cautious art, had laid his Vanar form apart, and wore, to cheat the stranger's eyes, a wandering mendicant's disguise. Before the hero's feet he bent, and did obeisance reverent, and spoke the glorious pair to praise, his words of truth in courteous phrase. High honor duly paid, the best of all the Vanar kind addressed. With free accord and gentle grace, those glories of their warrior race. O hermits blessed in vows, who shine like royal saints or gods divine. O best of young ascetics, say how to this spot you found your way. Scaring the troops of wandering deer and sylvan things that harbor here, searching amid the trees that grow where Pampa's gentle waters flow, and lending from your brows as gleam of glory to the lovely stream. Who are you, say, so brave and fair, clad in the bark which hermits wear? I see you have the freight sight. I see you have the frequent sight. I see the deer before you fly, while you for strength and valor dread the earth like lordly lions tread. each bearing in his hand a bow, like Indra's own, to slay the foe. With the grand paces of bull, so bright and young and beautiful, the mighty arms you raise appear, like trunks which elephants uprear. And as you move, this mountain king is glorious with the light you bring. Have you reached like gods in face, best lords of earth, this lonely place? With tresses coiled with hermit guise, and splendors of those lotus eyes, as gods who leave their heavenly sphere, alike your beauteous forms appear. The lords of day and night might thus stray from the skies to visit us. Heroic youth, so broad of chest, fair with the beauty of the blessed, with lion shoulders tall and strong, like bulls who lead the lowing throng. Your arms unmatched for grace and length, with massive clubs may vie in strength. Why do gods those limbs adorn, where priceless gems were meetly worn? Each noble youth is fit, I deem, to guard this earth as Lord supreme, with all her woods and seas to reign, from Meru's peak to Vindhya's chain. Your smooth bows, decked with dice and gold, are glorious in their master's hold, and with the arms of Indra's Indra vie, which diamond splendors beautify. Your quivers glow with golden sheen, well stored with arrows fleet and keen, each gleaming like a fiery snake that joys the foeman's life to take. As serpents cast their sloughs away, and all their newborn sheen display, so flash your mighty swords inlaid with burning gold on hilt and blade. Why are you silent, heroes, why? My questions hear, nor deign reply. Sugriva, lord of virtuous mind, the foremost of the Vanar kind, an exile from his royal state, roams through the land disconsolate. I, Hanuman, of Vanar race, sent by the king, have sought this place. For he, the pious, just, and true, in friendly league would join with you. Know, godlike youths, that I am one of his chief lords, the wind god's son. The wind god's son. With course unchecked I roam will, and now from Rishyamukha's hill, to please his heart, his hope to speed, I came disguised in beggar's weed. Thus Hanuman, well trained in lore, of language spoke, and said no more. The son of Raghu joyed to hear the envoy's speech, and bright of cheer, he turned to Lakshman by his side, and thus in words of transport cried, the counselor we now behold, of King Sugriva, righteous souled. His face I long have yearned to see, and now his envoy comes to me. With sweetest words in courteous phrase, answer this mighty lord who slays his foeman by Sugriva sent, this Vanar chief most eloquent. For one whose words so sweetly flow, the whole Rig Veda needs must know, and in his well-trained memory store the Yajush and the Saman's lore. He must have bent his faithful ear, all grammar's varied rules to hear. For his long speech How well he spoke! In all its length no rule he broke. In eye, on brow, in all his face, the keenest look to no guile could trace. No change of hue, no pose of limb, gave sign that aught was false in him. Concise, unfaltering, sweet and clear, without a word to pain the ear. From chest to throat, nor high nor low, his accents came in measured flow. How well he spoke with perfect art, that wondrous speech that charmed the heart. With finest skill in an ordered grace, in words that knew no pause nor haste. That speech with consonants that spring from the three seats of uttering, would charm the spirit of a foe whose sword is raised for mortal blow. How may a ruler's plan succeed who lacks such envoy, good at need? How fail if one whose mind is stored with gifts so rare assist his lord? What plans can fail with wisest speech of envoy's lips no further each? Thus Rama spoke, and Lakshman thought in all the art that others thought. To King Sugriva's learned spy, thus made his eloquent reply. Full well we know the gifts that grace Sugriva, lord of Vanar race, and hither turn our wandering feet, that we that high souled king may meet. So now our pleasant task shall be to do the words he speaks by thee. His prudent speech the Vanar heard, and all his heart with joy was stirred, and hope that league with them would bring redress and triumph to his king. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Footnotes. 324.1 Sugriva, the ex-king of the Vanaras, foresters or monkeys, an exile from his home wandering about the mountain Rishyamukha with his 4 faithful ex-ministers, one of which is Hanuman. 324.2 The hermitage of the Saint Matanga, which his curse prevented Bali, the present king of the Vanaras, from entering. The story is told at length in Canto 11 of this book. 324.1b Hanuman, Sugriva's chief general, was the son of the god of wind. See Book 1, Canto 16. 324.2b A range of hills in Malabar, the Western Ghats, in the Deccan. 325.1 Valmiki makes the second vowel in this name long or short to suit the exigencies of the verse. Exigencies. Other Indian poets have followed his example, and the same license will be used in this translation. (325.2) I omit a recapitulatory and interpolated verse in a different meter, which is as follows, reverencing with the words, so be it. The speech of the greatly terrified and unequal monkey king, the magnanimous Hanuman, then went where stood the very mighty Rama with Lakshman. 325, 1b. The semi-divine Hanuman possesses, like the gods and demons, the power of wearing all shapes at will. He is one of the Kamarupis, like Milton's good and bad angels. As they please, they limn themselves in color, shape, or size, assume as likes them best, condense or rare. 325 to be Himalaya is of course par excellence the monarch of mountains, but the complementary title is frequently given to other hills, as here to Malaya. 326 1. Twisted up in a matted coil, as was the custom of ascetics. 326 2. The sun and the moon. 326 3. The rainbow. 326 1b. The Vedas are 4 in number. The rich or Rig Veda, the Yajush or Yajurveda, and Saman or Samaveda, and the Antarva or Atharva Veda. See page 3 now. 326 2b. The chest, the throat, the head. Absolutely beautiful chapter. Here in this chapter there is a description of the art of charming in politics and diplomacy. In other words, all these great elites, Rama, Hanuman, Lakshman, they were experts in grammar. They were experts in accents making. They were experts in speaking. They were great orators. And Rama is just glorifying Hanuman, how beautiful, eloquent, simple, charming his words were. Absolutely amazing. So much to learn about the science of diplomacy, the science of politics, the science of making friends. Wow, making allies. Wow, absolutely amazing. Beautiful chapter. So basically, Sugriva is scared. He doesn't know what's going on, and he sends his trusted spy Hanuman to go scout Rama and Lakshman to see what's up. Long chapter 2. Jai. Ramayana ki jai. Roma Victa. Victory to Rama. Jai Shri Ram. Hail Ram. Ciao.